Dear students, rate of reaction also depends on the temperature. And chemical reactions are generally accelerated by increase in temperature. Generally, whenever we increase the temperature of a particular reaction, then rate of the reaction increases. Speed of the reaction will increase. For example, in the decomposition of nitrogen pentaoxide, the time taken for half of the original amount of material to decompose, it will take 10 days when we are keeping the temperature at 0 degrees Celsius. When we increase the temperature at 25 degrees Celsius, the time taken is 5 hours. But when we increase the temperature at around 50 degrees Celsius, the same reaction will occur in only in 12 minutes. So dear students, you have seen the temperature. Whenever we increase the temperature, the rate of reaction becomes fast. Or we can say that with every 10 degree rise in temperature, with every 10 degree rise in temperature, the rate of reaction becomes double. With every 10 degree rise in temperature, the rate of reaction becomes, and it was first given by Arrhenius. Fine. Arrhenius equation, what it states that according to this equation, K is equal to A E minus EA over RT, where K is your rate constant, A is your Arrhenius constant, also known as pre-exponential factor, and E is your exponential, and EA, activation energy, which we will discuss in few segments of this lecture. R is your gas constant and T is your temperature. So before understanding this equation, first we should know the concept of activation energy. Okay? So first we will discuss about activation energy. Dear student, in the last lecture, I have given one example of making tea. Suppose we are taking all the reactants in a mixture and we are not providing any energy, then you will not get tea. Suppose I am taking tea pan, I am adding milk, sugar, tea and water in it, but I am not heating it. So you will not be able to get the product. So what is the role of heat? Here heat is acting as, you can say that, the energy barrier which reactants have to cross to convert it into product. So that energy is the threshold energy. I am making one graph. With graph, you will understand the concept of activation energy. It is represented by EA. Suppose dear students, whatsoever may be the reaction, some of the reactants are also having some amount of energy. I am plotting energy versus progress of reaction. On x-axis, progress of reaction. On y-axis, potential energy or energy. With graph, you will understand this concept. Progress of reaction means reaction is going on, reactant is converted into product. For example, at this point, see, some energy is also accompanied by reactant molecules. Reactant molecules having some amount of energy. And this is the energy barrier. This is the energy barrier which reactant have to cross to convert it into product. So, reactant will start increasing their energy. This is the ER. ER means energy of reactant. Here reactant converted into product. So ER is the energy of reactant. When we initially start the reaction, reactant molecules start converted into product. First, they will going towards it to cross that barrier. Dear students, this is the energy of reactant, this much amount. And above this, this is the energy of activation. And this blue line represents the threshold energy. Whenever the reactants will not cross this value, they will not be converted into product. So, what is energy? Threshold energy, the minimum energy which the colloiding molecules must have in order that the collision between them may be effective. Dear students, if reactant molecules do not have this energy, threshold energy, they will not be converted into product. And threshold energy is equal to what? Energy of reactant molecules. This much energy reactant is having. This value is varying from reactant to reactant. And this is here represents the energy of activation. Activation energy. So threshold energy is equal to energy of reactant plus activation energy. And in starting, the bond of reactant will breaking. Fine. They go upside, and now the bond formation start. So the energy will release. There are two cases. Suppose the reactant molecule start converted into product, and it comes out to be this. Here the product formation takes place. We have started from here. This is the energy of reactant. So this will be the energy of product. Dear students, you started from here and you come here. This is the graph of exothermic reaction. Fine. This will be the energy of product. In this case, energy released during the reaction is more than the energy of reactant. So energy of product is greater than the energy of reactant. And what will be the delta H? Enthalpy of this reaction is what? Enthalpy of product minus enthalpy of reactant. Enthalpy means heat content of the system. It should be calculated per mole. So HP minus HR, it comes out to be what? Negative. Because this amount is less than this amount. Energy of reactant is more than the product. So delta H4 exothermic reaction is positive. For example, in this case, you require 50 kilojoules of activation energy. And 60 kilojoule is released during the reaction. So that 60, out of 60, 50 will be consumed in again conversion of reactant to product. And next 10 will be released in the form of heat. That's why exothermic reactions are accompanied by release of energy. Here the product energy is less than the reactant energy. That's why delta H4, this reaction is negative. And this much amount, the minimum energy which the minimum extra amount of energy absorbed by the reactant molecules so that their energy becomes equal to threshold energy is your activation energy. So what is activation energy? See, this energy is already reactants are having. And this much energy only they required to convert it into product. So this much extra amount of energy which reactants should possess so that it will be converted into this threshold value and they cross that barrier to form the product. Till now, is there any doubt? Please let me know. This is the graph for exothermic reaction. Second case. In the same case, I am plotting energy versus reaction progress. Again, I am starting from here. This is the amount of energy which some of the reactant molecules must possess. And this is the threshold energy. So, reactants energy will increase. They reach here. Dear students, this position is for activated complex. I will give you one example. Now, from after that, the bond formation takes place. So they will lose the energy. For example, it comes out to be at this position. So this will be the energy of product. This will be the energy of reactant. And this much amount. What it is? It will be your activation energy. And this blue line represents your threshold energy. Dear students, if I will say calculate delta H for this, delta H will be HP minus HR, which will be positive. Because here the product energy is greater than the energy of reactant. Okay? It is for endothermic reaction. In this, we have to give energy. Suppose I require 50 joules of energy for this conversion. And after the product formation, only 10 joule of energy is released. So for another molecule to convert it into product, I have to give 40 joules of more energy to the reaction mixture. So heat is absorbed during the reaction. Fine. In case of exothermic, heat is released during the reaction. So for this, delta H will be positive. It is for endothermic reaction. This is the energy acquired by reactant molecules. This is the activation energy which must be possessed by reactant molecules to convert it into product. Fine. So threshold energy is equal to energy of reactant plus activation energy. Dear students, is there any doubt? Please let me know. Suppose H2 combines with I2 to form two molecules of hydrogen iodide. Dear students, what will happen in this reaction? Directly they do not combine to form product. First they will form the activated complex. Here H, some bonds are breaking and some partial bonds are making. First this activated complex is formed. So with the passage of time, this bond, this HH bond completely breaks and this I bond completely breaks. This is your activated complex to form two molecules of HI, hydrogen iodide. First they will form activated complex. Fine? I mean, we have to give activation energy to form this molecule. Okay? Now, in today's lecture, I have discussed about activation energy. So activation energy is a minimum extra amount of energy absorbed by the reactant molecules so that their energy becomes equal to threshold energy. Or activation energy is equal to threshold energy minus energy of reactants. And threshold energy is the minimum energy which the colliding molecules must have in order that the collision between the molecules may be effective. And threshold energy is equal to energy of activation plus energy of reactants. Okay. So we have discussed the graph of exothermic and endothermic reactions. For exothermic, delta H is negative, and for endothermic, delta H is positive. That's all about today's lecture.